Hey there, everyone. We are Cart to Cart. This is our inaugural episode, and we are recording right after Shopify dropped their winter 2025 editions, and we're here with all of the takes. And
Technically, it's their 2026 editions.
Oh, no, it's winter 2025, right?
It says 26. I was very confused by this.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, it's because sometimes they do it in January, right? Okay.
Take
We're
two.
here.
Yeah.
Well, I guess winter starts at the end of December, so it's mostly
26, I guess.
2026. Okay. So we're here with all of the hot takes on the winter 2026 Shopify editions. We should introduce ourselves. So everybody want to go around and say hi and give a little quick brief intro. We're going to do greater intros and talk about ourselves and what we do a little more in further episodes. But since editions just dropped, we want to get straight into the good stuff with that. But I'll go ahead. I'll start. I'm Brenda, storer. I am a theme partner. I have a theme in the Shopify theme store called Whisk. It just celebrated its third year anniversary in the theme store. And I also work on client work, love building themes. I'm a friend of the front end developer, but man, I really want to start playing around with apps too. So I'll pass along to Anne next.
All right, I'm Anne, and I'm one half of Design Packs. It's an app to add new sections and templates to existing Shopify themes and stores. And yeah, for 2026, I'm really excited to be playing more with blocks and releasing new templates, and can't wait. I'll throw it over to Diana.
Thanks. So yeah, I'm Diana Burson. I am the co-founder and CEO of DownPay. Work a lot on partial payments, split payment stuff. And yeah, for 2026, very excited for just continuing to double down on flexible payments and stuff. I obviously am very excited to do this podcast. It's always nice to just chat about all these updates with somebody. So yeah, looking forward to it. Oh, yes, of course, Trudy. I'm so sorry. I didn't even introduce you. Let me introduce you. This is Trudy.
Okay. I'm Trudy McNabb, and I'm the other half of Design Pack, so an app that helps build out your Shopify theme. And I'm just looking forward to dive into all of these edition announcements and see what we can do with them for 2026.
Love it.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So I tried to remember, don't they normally announce that editions is happening like a week beforehand, or is it always dropped like the day, like it was like the night before?
Yeah, I can't recall if
they usually do announce it.
Yeah, that it's coming, right? This one was kind of like a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the winter ones always kind of sneak up on you.
It's true.
Yeah.
Because we're always focused on like Black Friday and then...
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they didn't. I don't think they announced it.
No, because I was looking for it because it usually happens around this time of year, and I always want to like block it off on my calendar so I have nothing else going on. And this one just like popped up the night before.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. Like, it's always nice to see that like there's still lots of cool things that they announce, even though there's code freeze and kind of pacing themselves. Yeah. So it was but yeah, I obviously see comments online with like, oh, like it's a more calm editions version than, the other ones that have like really crazy stuff. But yeah, curious what you thought was interesting about it or anything that stand out.
Well, first and foremost, I think the website was incredibly done. Like it's really worth going to. And I like the name, like the AI Renaissance play on words.
It was cute.
It was very clever.
Yeah.
Clever.
Agreed. As a former art history major,
nice.
I'm all about it.
Did you find the Easter eggs? There's 2 Easter eggs in it. No.
What were the Easter eggs?
The key overlay wasn't working for me, so I didn't get any further. How about you?
Yeah, I did. I found the emojis, like the Renaissance emojis, and then the like the beanie that you can buy in the checkout things. I was like, that's cute. They did a really great job.
Did you buy it?
I did not buy it yet.
The beanie.
I did not buy it yet. I will probably after this.
I already have a bright pink beanie, so I was like, I don't.
Do I need a second one? Yeah.
I mean, this is why I work in e-commerce, because I'm such a sucker for everything. Like I was like, I don't need a beanie. And then I saw it and I was like,
I need it.
This experience. It's $14.52 American dollars.
Yeah,
like I couldn't help it.
And free shipping.
Free shipping. I mean, Free shipping is really, I think, the best
That's how you
like
get.
conversion unlock.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
does
Especially
convince me every time.
under $100 or under $50. That's even more amazing.
Seriously.
$20?
Yeah, seriously. It's always
Yeah.
like over 100. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I'm curious, I'm sure it'll come out, maybe it already came out yesterday, but there was a third Easter egg, which was the key. You click on the key, and then there was also, when you opened up your console in the browser, there was like some Latin and then the image of a key. So yeah, there's definitely one other one
Yeah.
there, but I don't know what it was.
I'm going to spend the whole day trying to figure it out. Thanks. Thanks, Anne.
Yeah. You're welcome.
I think those sites are great for what they are. Like, it's an opportunity to do some fun experimental animation stuff. Like, in general, all that parallax would make me crazy, but I feel like it works in this, for this use case. But the blend of the like Renaissance art and then things like a beanie and a skateboard, I thought was done so well.
The bright pink got me. It was so funny. A couple days ago, I found a merchant who sold, it was this glass table, but the base of it was a bright pink, like that bright pink panther with like a dog tag on. I have to send it to you and I'll attach it in those because I just thought it was epic and I'm like, this would fit perfectly in the design that Shopify did. I need it. I need that table.
That sounds really awesome.
Yeah, it does.
They had different colors too. And then I think they had a dragon too. So that was pretty sweet.
Oh.
Yeah. But
Oh.
all the fun products that you find online.
Okay, so about things that they announced, I feel like this goes into there. I'm excited. I'm most excited about now I'm going to forget its name. The Product Network. What is it? Shopify Product Network. Because, right, I was just saying like 3 days ago, I feel like they're putting everything together so that we're going to be able to have marketplaces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because Shop is a marketplace, right? The Shop app. But like, why couldn't I have a store that was also a marketplace? And this seems huge to me. So I played around with it a little bit. It's only available in the US for now.
Right.
But
that makes sense that you got to take a look then.
That's why I was like, I'll take a look at this one.
Yeah.
But it requires some things that I don't have a store. Like, all my stores are like test stores and development stores. So I have one store that's on a pause and build plan that I kind of got half, almost there with. But you have to have Shop Pay, and you have to have like, I couldn't tell if you have to have your own like, my idea is, can I just make a store and import all the products on it and not even like have my own products? And I didn't get that far to see if that was possible. I don't know if that's the intention or if it really is. Like, their examples were talking about like complementing stores that they already have. Like, if you sell coffee, but you don't sell like coffee grinders, maybe you could like import a coffee grinder product onto
I
your
see
store.
It being really great for like the small businesses like that who want to like collab with other small businesses that are not like interested in like getting a whole product line.
Brenda, like, in terms of collabing, how does it work with if you're advertising someone else's product? Do you get a cut, or how does that work?
You get a cut, but I didn't see how much. And on the app right now, it everything, and I'm not sure if it was just because I wasn't, I didn't have all the qualifications set in my store, but everything said preview. So I think it is still kind of like there's a place where like search for products and add the products you want to be able to like be out there for other people to use.
I wonder if it's like, is the incentive set by the merchant whose products you're importing? Is the incentive set by Shopify? Like, that's the part I couldn't understand either, which I'm like, it would be interesting. Like, complementary products, I think, was cool. I don't know why I was like, would people really want this to have, like, what if they decided to expand into a specific area and they're like, well, I don't want somebody else's stuff on my store. I don't know. I was just trying to like poke holes at it where I'm like, but I didn't think about the marketplace aspect. And I think that's really cool where it's like an opportunity to turn, more brands into retailers, right? Which is really interesting. But the other part of it, I was like, I wonder how a merchant would be thinking about like, I don't want other people's stuff. Like,
It's
I'm
true.
just so
Yeah,
curious. Yeah.
it's true because in the talk they said that they would be able to control the experience, but I wonder how, because it's like, do you like it would the obvious is like yes or no. Like you could say that people can do it or not, but what if it's like some company that you have some moral feelings against? Can you say like
Yeah.
no, they can't use it? Like I don't know
I mean,
how granular it would get.
Yeah,
oh,
like the filter of who can import
Yeah.
your products into their store, right? Because you want to be associated with brands that you trust and feel confident with. So is it like a accepting collaborators with it? Like, do you have full approval for whoever imports it before they import it? I think that would be my question, is like just making sure that my products
Mm,
are on a store that I actually align with. So yeah, it would be,
such a good consideration.
yeah.
yeah, on both ends, because I was only thinking about it from the perspective of, I wasn't sure if how much control you had over serving it. Kind of like, remember when Google Ads was a thing and some people would get advertising on their websites that they
Yeah.
did not want at all because it was just happening automatically. But you're right. If somebody is letting their products be available to this product network, they may get advertised on a site that they might not necessarily align. Yeah, it's true.
I'm also wondering if it could be abused in the other direction. Like if I have a product and I have in the description like a link back to my store, is that
Yeah.
allowed to like
Right.
try and use it as an advertising way to get people back to my store?
Yeah. I know there's going to definitely be a lot of ways where people try to exploit this because people always try to exploit things. So I
Always,
wonder.
always loopholes.
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, I'd be curious to
that's
see, like,
true.
Brenda, when you know more, us Canadians would love to get all the
Okay, if I can
deets.
Yeah, keep us
Yeah.
posted.
if I can create a store that I don't have to have my own products for, I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
God, that's
I'm
all I
sold.
ever
I'm
want to
sold.
do is just build stores. I don't want to deal with products.
So true. Along with the other, like the one thing that I did see, obviously not available yet, was the Tinker app. I like, kind of cool that it was like a compilation of various AI tools that, yeah, my mind directly went to like, this will be super fun to play with. My husband's working on his own like furniture and homewares kind of like thing because he's a woodworker, and I'm like, he would hate to sit and like photograph things and like have to figure out social content and whatever. And I feel like that's the big unlock for the Tinker app. And once again, I do think small, medium business, maybe even just small business, value on making content more quickly and like getting things up and running faster. So I'm really curious to kind of play with that, and don't know what the timeline is when they're coming out with it or what it's going to include, but it's kind of nice to just see like a home base of like ways to use AI for design and marketing, right, for a brand. So
That is also sometimes because I similarly with the Sim Gym, which is the app to simulate traffic, but I tried playing around with that, and sometimes these big announcements from Shopify, we get so like, oh, this is going to be great, can't wait to play around with it, but then we run into the
yeah.
restrictions of, oh, it's only available in the States. Oh, I'm on a wait list now. Oh, okay, you can only. And similarly, the one of the big things that they featured was the Sidekick, being able to, so Sidekick AI that's everywhere in the admin now, that little purple person, and you can now generate really basic apps with Sidekick, but only on certain plans. So it's only on Grow, Advanced, and Plus. But for developers, at least, you can spin up any of those stores as a dev store and play around with it. And honestly, it's pretty neat. Like it's kind of cool what you can do really quickly because I'm a very hardcore front end developer and back end is not. But so to be able to go in and have an idea of what I want to create and then being able to build that for a client, I think it's going to be really interesting to see where that goes. And hopefully eventually they'll release it for everybody.
Got to get on that. I'm in the same boat as you. Like I've an app. I've been wanting to build my first app for like a year. But it just seems like such a big hill to climb at first. But maybe my procrastination is going to pay off in this case.
Sometimes it does. Yeah.
I feel like that's me with learning
And-
SQL, where I'm like, GPT can now do this for me, where I'm like, I don't have to like really spend a lot of time doing it. And I'm like, oh, this saved me so much time.
Yeah. And it's interesting because it's it's not a full-blown apps that you can, then like sell in the app store or anything like that. So it's not going to take anybody's jobs, but it just gives you the option of things that are kind of a pain that maybe they won't build into the admin that you can now just create yourself. Like I created one that was a bulk edit for product descriptions, and then you can filter by ones that are missing product descriptions, and it just 15 minutes later it was all set up.
Yeah.
So
that's
good.
Great.
That's really cool. What do you all think? You're all in the app space. What do you think about the Sidekick integrating with apps? Like,
I'm really interested to play with it.
Me
I think it's
too.
gonna be interesting.
Yeah, like
that's so great.
because there's stuff that we could do where it's just like, show me products that have an opportunity to use, our app, and like, create me a collection of these kinds of products, or, like I'm curious how much it can use data that we know about, that particular merchant to help them like optimize, offer better deals, so on and so forth. So like I'm really excited. And it's also just like, yeah, once again, like it feels like we're really getting Shopify to connect to partners and be like, hey, like we know your tools are useful. We want to make it even more, like even easier for brands to find that kind of space. And also just like, so we don't have to reinvent the wheel and build something from scratch in our app. I'm like, great. Like we can all be AI powered by just like building something here. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm curious what like an MVP would look like for something like connecting with Sidekick.
It's true. And between like the app embeds and the app intents and all of these new little app things that they're building, I really like the fact that it's integrating the experience of like the Shopify admin with the app admin. So it's very seamless, which a few people were a little bit complaining about because it kind of like almost makes the merchant not know that they're using your app.
True.
But I think the seamlessness is a bigger advantage for me. Like I think it's nicer for the merchants.
I agree.
As long as they're still paying for your app, they can think it's part of the Shopify admin. I don't see that as a problem.
Yeah, like I think like it, the struggle is always like, how do you market your app? How do you like get people to find you and stuff? But I'm like, once you find merchants, they install, if you're giving them a great experience and if it feels native to Shopify, like it's very, I absolutely think it's a win as well. Like we're kind of approaching it from a make it as seamless as possible. Like why not, right? From an efficiency standpoint and from a it just feels familiar kind of standpoint.
Yeah.
Right?
And then also to your point, we don't have to reinvent the wheel on a lot of things.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming most of your installs come from organic traffic to the App Store as well.
I think so. Yeah.
Most of them, yeah.
Yeah. And then like anything like referrals and things like that, where like you're already building trust. If it's referrals, they'll be aware of you. They'll want to ask questions about you. And then when they see an experience that does fit Shopify, it's like, okay, that builds trust even further. So I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
I would love to have some integration like that for theme store themes, like because I get a lot of support tickets that are, I tried this code and it didn't work, and it's because like Sidekick only knows Horizon and Dawn, and like kind of spits out those kinds of answers. So yeah, we get a lot of theme devs. We get a lot of support tickets that are just misinformation from support. So some way to tie into that for us would be awesome.
There was a little addendum that was like themes will have better searchability as well in the announcements, but
that was for the stuff that already happened. Okay. So they always sneak in a few things that have already shipped. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool. But it was
that's true.
But it was like the better filtering on the theme store and searchability. Like it's what's already shipped in July. So
yeah,
I was pretty surprised because I was going down the rabbit hole of like creating a custom Shopify app with Sidekick. I decided to play around a little bit with Sidekick in the theme editor as well. And so I gave it a really simple task of make all the buttons blue, and it did. But I noticed that it missed some of our add-on design pack sections. And so I specified, I said, actually, you didn't make the design pack sections blue. And it said, oh, sorry. And it went back and it made them all blue.
Oh,
wow.
so nice.
That's not bad.
So even things like that. So I think it's definitely getting there. I was really surprised that it could do that.
It's really cool.
That's great.
I'm really glad, Diana, you were talking at the beginning about like how some of these features can be used for smaller businesses and merchants.
Yeah.
Because it has seemed in the past couple of years that everything seems to be more enterprise focused.
Yeah, and you're seeing,
so that's really nice.
Yeah, like I mean it's you know, I mean I worked at Shopify and I remember the make entrepreneurship better for everyone, and I just like it's you know, there has been such a focus with like enterprise and like what do enterprise customers need. And I mean, as a former product manager, it was always like, how do you balance a variety of needs for a variety of size businesses? And I think like it's cool to see this come back to the roots a little bit. And then also just, it's always the struggle of like, there's apps that can do A/B testing on themes and things like that. And you're like, you're always worried if you're going to get cannibalized by Shopify, right? And I think they're trying to walk a really good line in terms of like, you know, we respect and support the partner ecosystem, but also there are brands that we really want to entice with like being like better quality shops and like doing things that make them their first sale. And I'm like, I'm all for that. So I like seeing this. I think you're always going to have people in the ecosystem be like, this is only for SMB, like, you know, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, because like there's a partner ecosystem that they've invested in and they don't want to cannibalize every app and be like, everything's built in. Not to mention, there's just not enough capacity on product teams to ship all this stuff and then maintain it. Like we all know, maintaining an app ourselves is like, okay, like got to be really mindful of like how many things we build and whether it's something we want to support forever. So I think it's good.
Support.
Yeah, it's support, right?
Like Shopify would drown in support without partners.
Yeah. Exactly.
They did
it's true. And
themselves.
I think that also just as tech goes, it's like the level, like we keep just having to up how good the experience is. Like, because once the small businesses can have like a great experience, the bigger businesses are going to want to have an even better experience to differentiate themselves from the small businesses.
So true.
It just kind of ups the ante for everybody.
Yeah. I was also reflecting on how, especially with this editions, I mean, we know Shopify is a big company now, right? But it really feels like with this editions, especially like they're more trying to lead where e-commerce is going, not just like for their company or their customers, but like in the whole world. Like they're trying to lead everybody towards a direction versus trying to fit in. I mean, they really are.
It's true.
The absolute leader in the space.
Yeah.
A good point to bring up the agentic shopping, because that is really interesting to me. And I think like a whole new type of shopping that all the merchants are really going to have to think about how they're approaching it, because it's sort of like, to me, it seems like a new type of SEO, because now people are just going to be able to ask ChatGPT for product recommendations and then get product recommendations. So it's like, how are you going to stand out in that surface, I guess, is interesting question for merchants. But I was like looking into it, and there's like a Shopify app called Knowledge Base, which is just like built by Shopify for merchants to start like adding all the information to show how they're going to show up in
oh, cool.
And then I did experiments where I was just searching, and it's like so interesting, because also my first thought was like, well, if there's like thousands of the same product, like how are they going to like, how is this going to happen? And I know that they were talking about like the unified product or whatever. So I was just playing around. And so I just searched like winter jackets for Toronto because it's cold out right now. And so it comes up with like products, but then when you click on the product, it has like multiple stores that sell that exact same product.
Right.
And then also that one example was like one of the same product was like $185 and then it was also being sold for $750. And I'm
What a
like,
swing.
Crazy.
like such a
The
crazy price
comparison.
yeah, and I'm like, this is
Wow.
really going to make price comparison really, really easy. And I mean, some merchants might not love that, but it's great for the
That's
consumer.
good for
Yeah.
I mean, like, because that's how I use Google Shopping now.
Yeah.
just to
Same.
compare. But yeah, with
Do you
the
think
Shopify.
it'll make the on-store experience less important?
Mm.
I'm not sure. I think the on-store experience will still be important for branding.
Hmm.
Right now, it also clicks into the on-store experience. Like you can't purchase it directly from
okay.
ChatGPT, which is rolling out at some point. And I think that's where like, I don't know what they're calling it, like the universal checkout or something, where like you can check out from multiple stores, but I don't know how that is managed yet because I don't think it's quite live, or I wasn't able to. What in testing ChatGPT, it just is like visit store. It doesn't like let you check out from there yet. So right now, that I don't know what the future will be in terms of like online stores, but I still think it's going to be like pretty important for quite some time because
I
people aren't
agree.
going to change.
And like, you get one product from some like a store because GPT made the recommendation, they had a great price. Like you're likely going to build loyalty with that brand. You're still going to get their
Yeah.
emails, you're still going to get their incentives, and like that might still like that's going to be super powerful. I don't know, like maybe I can see people still like constantly going back to GPT and be like, it served me well, it found me the best
Yeah.
deal, like I'm going to do it this way. But I think it's still going to be super important for brands to market correctly,
Yeah.
repeat customer, like
It's true.
offer really good incentives.
Yeah, it's probably similar to like how people will sell on Amazon, but like still have their own storefronts.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
Or
mm-hmm.
even look at like
Yeah.
the like brick and mortar to online. Like
Yeah.
it did disrupt some stores that we don't have as much brick and mortar, but like I definitely need to go into a store, and it did not kill walking
Agreed.
into real life stores.
I do think that the branding and how they market themselves is still going to be important, but in a way I wish it weren't, because then it would give a chance for the small businesses that have these amazing products that we never hear about or so hard to find, or they have issues shipping and that kind of thing. I find that when I'm doing searching on Google Shopping, or I'm wondering if it'll be the same as well through GPT, is that you only really see the big brands. Right. And so I wish there were some way to see these smaller brands, because I prefer to buy from them, but they're so difficult to find.
Well, I'm wondering, because with like Google, I feel like those brands are paying, so it's like the money is making them surface. Whereas ChatGPT, I don't think they're paying at this time
yet.
And
that's coming though, right?
Yeah,
advertising.
But potentially in your search, you could be like, I only want results from small businesses or something. Like, I don't know if that like how that will work, but like I feel like you can refine your searches a lot more with ChatGPT.
I think that would be super powerful.
Yeah, because like the the examples are always going to be like give me the cheapest, but like what about location for me to go in and try something, or so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be powerful to narrow, because I have the same problem. It's like I don't want to see only the top 3 big companies with it. I want to see, sometimes I am looking for something local just to go try something on and like really find my style. So I really hope the filter system is going to be what really sets it apart, because then it's like, the one variable isn't just give me the cheapest price, right?
Yeah.
Just like, I don't shop like that for everything.
Yeah. And that's why I think it's going to be interesting for merchants, like this kind of like the new SEO, because like how are merchants going to be discoverable in that way along the vectors that they want to
or like
show,
like
or
I just
that
thought
people are searching for.
Yeah, and even just like the offers, right? Like you might have something that's, you might merchandise something that's like $300, but then when you get to the site you realize there's also like a free gift, or there's also, you know, some other thing. Like, is that going to be pulled in? Is that going to, how is that going to be surfaced? Because you might lose out on potential like opportunities for, you know, bundles,
Yeah,
like,
you know,
right?
Universal checkout. I also with the product network, I guess that has to work in there. Like, how does it work if you buy things from multiple stores in one checkout?
Yeah. I think
Really
that's why,
interested to
especially
see that.
all of this is kind of working together, because you kind of need that universal checkout to have like a marketplace type thing, or even just like the like sharing products amongst merchants.
Yeah. I mean, Toby said in the editions announcement that like, oh, we know where we're going in 10 years. We have a 10-year plan. I'm like, what's your 10-year plan? I want to
Tell us
know.
everything.
But it does, but you can feel it like in
Yeah.
this type of thing that like things are working together.
Yeah.
I love like a shop local movement. And you think about how many Shopify stores have that option where it says, you know, pick up in 24 hours at this location. Imagine if there was a way that you could just search within stores or that were close to you. It'd be so powerful. I would love that.
Yeah. It's true. I do also want to shop more locally, just also to try things on and to see
Yeah,
what
I know.
they are, or feel the quality in real life, because it's so hard to tell now.
Yeah. It's so funny because, right, like, you know, someone's going to listen to that and be like, there are try on apps and and I'm like, no, but feel is different. Like things, quality's lowering on clothing. I want to feel that like softness. I want to see the pattern myself, like things that unfortunately it's very, very difficult to capture online. And so I think there's always going to be these products that just, you don't do them service only having them available online. So I think that's going to be something that, that's actually the products that I always struggle with online, where I'm like, I'll buy this dongle or whatever electronic thing online because it's all the same. But anything like that, it's a little more challenging.
Anything that smells.
Yeah,
you know,
that too.
Like we can't scratch and sniff on our computers yet, unfortunately.
Exactly. Yeah, it's so true.
The return of brick and mortar.
Yeah, of course. Like people still love the experience, right? And I think it's gonna make a comeback because it's still important.
Yeah.
But speaking about things that I saw in the Renaissance release that I thought were really good for small business owners, was, I mentioned it briefly, was the Sim Gym. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah.
I think it's just so interesting, like simulated shoppers. That it's such a good point that, you know, a lot of these small businesses, if they're not like spending huge amounts of money on advertising, then they don't have the traffic to run proper A/B tests. But the combination of now having A/B tests directly within Shopify and also having simulated traffic, I think is going to be super interesting to see the results that come out of that for a small business. Like that's something that they did not have access to before, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, just A/B testing, but then like, again, this is like the other layer of like, we're taking things that we're already working on and making features better, you know, like in the way you said. I mean, because losing Google Optimize was devastating for all of my merchants. So
the one thing I thought about, like the value prop too, is like, you know, small businesses, like not a huge budget for design, not a huge budget for like, you know, those things. They might be experts at building the product or, you know, sourcing it or whatever it is, and not on their site. And I have seen some sites where I'm like, ooh, wouldn't have made that color choice, or like that's not accessible or whatever. And I'm like, I'm hoping that these kinds of, you know, like these kinds of issues surface with SimGym, and then you're getting the quality bar of all these stores like up, you know? And so that's what I'm excited to try out as well, just to see like what kinds of feedback, not just like checkout optimization stuff. I think that's really great too, but it's like, colors and like style and like things to make, you know, make the experience more accessible.
is it for everybody? Is it on all plans? Do you know?
I believe so. I was able to install it and didn't run into any issues and added to the wait list. And so I assume so.
Got to get on that wait list. Are there any
Mhm.
other wait lists we need to get on?
I want to get on the
yeah.
checkout, the universal checkout wait list just to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Good call. There's just like the Tinker had like a wait list. Then, Sim Gym. The Sim Gym one was funny because I even had a merchant yesterday. They're like, yeah, I was really excited. So I installed it. And then it told me to be on a wait list. I'm like, that's not a great experience. Like, instead of just like, we'll email you when it's actually available, they have an app and they're getting installs that don't do anything. So I'm like, not the way I would have rolled that out, but still. What else was there?
Shop minis.
Oh yeah, Shop Minis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I played around with making a Shop Mini and I made like a little prototype and I don't know, I'm going to look into this further. Obviously I got a bit busy, but my initial issue with it is like the search options are not very robust. So it's not that helpful. Like I want like a more very specific search thing, which I think maybe they're rolling out, so I'll hold my breath on that. But that was my initial like instinct was like it's like you can find products, but it's kind of very vague. Like I can find like even with color, there's just like a list of like 12 colors that you can search.
Oh, that's it?
Wow.
Yeah, it's like you can search like
Oh.
red, orange, blue,
Oh.
but not like more refined
Right.
things. So
Mhm.
and then you're like, okay, because I was looking for like say makeup, so I'm like nail polish, red, and it's like, okay, they give me some products, but I'm like, it's not very refined search. Like I don't know,
Mhm.
but they're fun and they're just rolling out, so I'm sure they'll get better over time.
I think it's also interesting that it feels like they're trying to bring people, like, I feel like this is a way to try and bring people to the Shop app, and I'm wondering like how many people actually use the Shop app. I would go there when you could accumulate points from shopping elsewhere and you had, dollars to spend there, then I'd be like, "Oh, I should go and see if there's anything I should buy on here with dollars." But now you have to only be on the Shop app to accumulate the dollars. Like you have to buy something on the Shop app. It's not
Oh.
just in stores. So since then I
Mhm.
haven't been using the Shop app at all. But it is really a marketplace, right? It's really like the
Yeah.
Shopify marketplace.
Mhm.
So I think
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's been around for a while, and I normally only go there to see the shipping because I'll get a notification about
that
something
too.
shipping.
That too.
Mhm.
That was the
And then I
reason it
might look
launched.
around
Yeah.
for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I do think they're trying to like figure out ways to get it to be used a lot more.
Yeah. It's interesting. I think about the apps that I use for different stores. Like I love the Canadian Tire app, and it's mainly for it's like a loyalty program. So if they could bring that aspect to it, I think that would be more
They
powerful.
do, like they have this
but
shop. Yeah.
But like what Brenda was saying, where
Yeah.
it's you don't necessarily have to be in
Right.
the app. Like you can just
Mhm.
buy it wherever. But yeah, it's interesting. We'll see how the minis evolve. I think they're, from what I can tell from the requirements, they really want it to be something that almost like the New York Times Games
Yeah.
app,
Right.
where people come back daily to use it. We'll see. I feel like the jury's out on whether they'll succeed with that or not. But
Interesting.
They just need their own version of Wordle,
Mhm.
and everybody will just flock to it. I still play Wordle,
Yeah.
so
there's a mini
okay.
that has the connections, and it's you have to. Yeah,
I have to try it out.
they've tried.
That's too funny. I love
You
it.
definitely give it a go.
I love
Yeah.
it. But yeah, we covered a ton on editions. I mean, it was quite a big release. It's always so many updates. Yeah, very curious to see where the next one goes and everything. We'll obviously play with the things as they become available and like give our opinions. But yeah, it'll be a cool 2026. I think it's going to be, yeah, is it just keep pushing the envelope, I think. And I think that's really powerful because then it just makes everyone better. So
I'm curious, what are you all doing for the end of the year? Are you using the end of year as downtime or are you using it as catch up time? Because I feel like it's always one or the other.
I'm using it a little bit of catch up and a little bit of experimentation just to play around with these new features, I think.
Mm-hmm. I think historically we have used it as major like productivity time, but this year feels a little bit different. So I think a little bit more downtime and catch up.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm like thinking about planning for 2026. I think for us, I'm just getting real with the fact that like there's limited time and we took on too many priorities. So like focus is a huge thing. So just trying to get narrower for the new year. But then also we just decided we're going to do a holiday shutdown to really just decompress. So that's going to happen end of the year, which it's just really, we need it. This is a marathon, so just need to pace ourselves.
Yeah, definitely. I'm basically doing catch up, but also like the things I've been putting off the things that I want to do for the things that I have to do. So I'm excited and really looking
Nice.
forward to the end of the year.
Nice. So thank you everyone for joining us today. It was really exciting talking about editions. Obviously, new podcast. Really excited to keep it going. If you like what we do, please smash that like button and subscribe for more content. And we will just keep throwing it out there. And yeah, from all of us, from cart to cart, thanks for joining. Is this a heart? It's kind of a heart.